Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, before we get started, I have a few disclaimers that I have to do. If I drink something, it's just horchata rice water. And if you see like a plate in the background, I don't think you guys will see it, but if you guys do, and see like little like leaves, but it's like brownish, tannish, and then pink. Those are some tamales. They're really good. I just ate them. I ate two. One strawberry and then one that's like meat, I guess you could say. But anyway, yes, I'm still in last night's clothes because I don't know, when I got home I was just so lazy to change into my pajamas. I literally just took off my socks. I hate sleeping with socks and pants. Like, I regret sleeping in pants because I hate sleeping in pants. It makes me feel like, I don't know, like really hot, like in like a way. Like it gets super hot at night here. Okay, it gets super hot in here. And yes, the lighting is great because it's in the morning and it's very sunny. I keep thinking it's Saturday, but it's not. It's Wednesday, and I actually have to do homework tonight. Not tonight, but later when my grandma gets home, or before. I'm just too lazy to do it right now because it's the last day, and then tomorrow I have to go back to school. And tomorrow is a Christmas show that I have to do. Great. But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about what happened yesterday in the airport, because I don't know, I just feel like I'm just so tired and I just want to make a video because I'm literally going on break Friday. Like, that Friday is my last day of school, and like I'm on break until 2019. So 2 more days of school and I'm out. Thank gosh. But anyway, so let's just get started with this video. So it all started at Disney. We were at Disney and it was about 5:30, and we all decided that we were gonna go. We were gonna leave at 6:30, but we thought the show was gonna be at 6. That wasn't true. So before that, we went to the show where supposedly it was gonna be. And sorry, I have like it's not really stuffy. I just like, I hate like making those noises. I don't know why. I'm just but anyway, and where was I? Okay, yeah. And we were like, okay, we all have to go at 6:30. And then we went to the first place where it was supposedly gonna be, and the lady was like, oh yeah, the shoulder parking is like over there. And so we just did that. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. It's sad. Sad. But anyway, and then she's like, okay, yeah, so like you guys have to put the shoulder parking over there. Okay. And we did, but then she's like, oh yeah, like this is not the right place because like we have the fast pass for it. And we put it on, and she's like, oh yeah, it's not for this. You just have to go all the way across to the other side of the park. And we're just like, what? Oh, what? And we were all just so confused, and we're like, wait, but like, isn't it here? Like, isn't it indoors? She's like, no, it's at the lake. And we're just like, and so we had to walk across, and it was like the worst part because I was so tired. Like, I'm so tired right now. I woke up very early, 9:30. Usually I wake up at 7 or 8. But I got home at like 2:33 in the morning, so I only got like about 6 hours of sleep. But anyway, and we're just like, okay, anyway, and it was about 6 something. Yes. so sad. Okay. Yeah. Where are you going? Oh yeah, you're going to work today, right? Okay. Sorry guys, my sister wanted the ladder that I was sitting on to because she's going to work at 4. But anyway, and then basically what happened was after that, where was I? It was like when we were at the show, supposedly it was like about 5:30, 5:35, and it took us like about 15 minutes to get there, so it was about like 5:50. And the show, my aunt was looking on her phone since we have our plans on our phone, and the show that it was like supposedly gonna be at was at 6, but in reality it was at 6:30, the show in the lake that we were supposed to go to. And as I said before this, our plan was to leave at 6:30 because we need to be there 2 hours to check our bags, to go through like what's it called, to like give our bags, to weigh our bags, to like check the strollers, and to get there too. It actually took us like about half an hour. I'm not gonna take it off because it's open right here. It took us half an hour to get to the airport, but we're just like, okay, we'll stay for it, but we'll just stay there for about 20 minutes. That never happened. We stayed for almost the whole entire show. It was already 7 when like the show was about to end, and we're just like, okay, like we lost so much time, and we're just like, okay, we have to go. And we went, and it took us more time than expected because we still need to make sure that like everything was there, we had everything, and then like we went, and then we're just like, okay, everything's fine, it was already 7:15. When we got there, it was about 7:45, I'm pretty sure, 7:45, 7:40. We were so scared because we're like, we're gonna miss our flight. And well, it was mainly me because everybody else was like calm, but like I was like, we're gonna have to like, I'm like, oh my god, what if we miss our flight? Mom was like, just calm down. And so did my sister. She's like, we're not gonna miss our flight. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't like kneeling. Okay, no, the light has to be like this. Okay, so we're just gonna have to do it like this. Okay. Anyway, and then after that, she's like, we checked our bags and everything, 8:15. We're like, oh my god, we made it. And we're like, okay, well, at least we have just like a little bit over an hour to go, and we'll just charge our phone, because I was at like 60% of battery. And I told my mom, I was like, can I charge my phone, because we have a portable charger in the airplane? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, but I didn't use it. I'll get to that later. And so I just charged my phone. I got 100, and it was already 9:10, I'm pretty sure. At that time, I was watching Sam and Colby. I don't know, I feel like they're my favorite YouTube channel, like, from, like, since they started, almost, actually. I don't know, I feel like I've watched so many horror, like, videos, I guess, like, exploring videos and stuff like that, and, like, haunted hotels, but, like, I feel like theirs is much more accurate. I feel like they go to, like, the next level. Like, I love it. So you guys should really check it out. Like, oh my god, it's great. Their series are like, wow. Like, I've never seen good series ever in my life. And when I found Sam and Colby, I don't know, I just fell in love with their channel, especially Colby, because like, yeah, wait, I should have never said that. Okay, never mind. Okay, anyway, and then after, okay, so it was like 9:10, and we got McDonald's. I didn't get like a full meal, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat in the plane. They're gonna give us things on the plane. And then, so I was just like, okay, whatever. So I just got a fry, and then I got a Diet Coke just to give me more sugar, to give me more energy to go through the night, because I hate sleeping on planes. Excuse me. I hate sleeping on planes. It just makes me feel so, like, unsafe, because, like, you never know what could happen on a plane. Like, you're literally 35,000 feet up or more, and, like, we could fall at any moment. Like, that's scary. So I hate sleeping on planes. And also, because when I went to Mexico 3 years ago, I'm pretty sure, 3 or 2 years ago, my ears, I slept. It was from there to here. I slept in the plane for about like 2 hours. It hurt my ears so bad. Like, my ears would not pop until like 3 days after the flight. And I was like, oh my God, like, and then, like, whenever I would sleep, they would hurt. Like, it would feel like needles were like in my ear. And anyway, but then my mom was like, get ready. I'm like, our flight is at 9:45. I'm like, what do you mean get ready? She's like, no, people are gonna start boarding at 9:15. I'm like, what? That's so early. I'm like, that's like literally like 25 minutes before we have to, like, not even, like 35 minutes before we have to, like, go on the plane. And then she's like, no, but like people start boarding. I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. It's 9 in the morning. 9 at night. I'm tired. So I started getting ready. I still charged my phone because I was at like 90% battery. And I just kept watching the new series that Sam and Colby came out, because I hadn't watched it because I was at Disney. I didn't have any time to watch it. And I don't like watching horror videos at night because then I can never sleep. And plus, less in a hotel, because I don't know, it just horrifies me. It, like, torments me, so I don't like doing that. But then it was 9:15 already, and we're just like, oh my God, like, nobody's, like, everybody, no, a lot of people were actually already boarding, and we were actually about to get up. And then, like, before, we're just like, okay, let's wait until, because the line was huge. And we're like, okay, let's wait until, like, the line goes down, and then we're like, okay, we'll get on after. That never happened. So basically, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but if you're in the airport, there's a screen, and it's kind of like a TV screen, and then, like, it tells you the flights that there is. For example, I was on Southwest, and what happened was the screen was up here, and then I was sitting, and my sister just turns around and looks at me, and she's like, I'm like, what? She's like, we're not leaving until 11:25. And then I looked up at the screen, and it said Dallas. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, you can't even read. I'm like, look, it's Dallas. She's like, oh. And then we're like, oh my God, that scared me. And we just stayed still because the line was still a little bit big. And then I just kept watching my videos, and then all I heard was ding, like 4 dings. 4 or 3 dings. It was 3 because it was my aunt, my uncle, and my mom. And then they're all just like in shock, and I'm like, what? And then they're like, look at the screen, and I looked, and it was our flight was delayed to 11:25, and I was like, you're kidding me. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I'm like, what do you mean 11:25? Like, what? And then I was like, whoa. And then we're just like, okay, well, I guess, what are we supposed to do now? And so we just stayed still, and then I was actually kind of falling asleep because I finished watching the series, and there was like really nothing to do. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep before I get on the plane. It was already like 10:40, and I was just like, and I was just watching my videos. And then you hear like the little like speaker go off, and then and then the lady was like, okay, people going to Chicago. She was like in like a very good mood. I'm like, why are you in a good mood? I'm like, our flight is until 11:25, but it was already at 10:45, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then she's like, people going to Chicago, your flight's delayed until to 11:45. We're just like, and right when she said delayed, wait, yes. Oh, is that my stuff? Okay, thanks. Right when she said delayed, I was like, oh my god. And then like, also when she said delayed, she's like, my aunt and my mom and my uncle, they all got the message. And we're all just like, great. We were actually planning to like leave the airport and then come back in the morning and like not in the morning but like at night, and like we were gonna go to Magic Kingdom because we went, and y'all know the story. But yeah, and then basically we're just like whatever, like about 45 minutes extra, but whatever, who cares. So this is really good. But anyway, and then after that, it was already 11:30. You guys already know the story. The story. Our flight got delayed again until 11, no, not 11, 12, 20, 25, 25. I was just ready to like cry. I hate flights, night flights especially. Like, I'm not trying to say that like I wasn't grateful for it. I was very grateful because I'm not gonna be driving 16 hours from here back. 16 hours, literally like half of a day, more than half of a day, and that is just like terrible. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm like, we're still here, so like we can't do anything. We were actually planning to like leave, like I said, we were planning to leave and go to the same hotel because we checked out, but we could check out. I mean, we could check in again. And the hotel that we went to was very pretty. It was actually the Ritz something hotel, and it was very pretty. Search up like Orlando Ritz something hotel. Just search up Orlando Ritz hotel, and I'm pretty sure it'll come up. But I'm getting kind of hot, but like, okay. But then, we're just like, okay, because we were all very tired. My older sister was actually sleeping, and my 3-month-old cousin was actually sleeping too. She was like, like, I felt so bad for her because like those days she didn't really get a lot of sleep because like we went from like 9 in the morning, not even 9 in the morning, like we would wake up from like 8:30 in the morning to like go to the hotel to like get like literally like a coffee and then like what's it called, like a bread or something from Starbucks, and then go straight to the park. Like we wouldn't stop walking, and we would eat at the buffets, but the buffets were really good though. I don't think ever I've been in a buffet. I think all the times that I've gone out and eaten was either fast food or restaurant. Like that's it. But oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But anyway, after that, we're just like, okay, we have to go get coffee. So I actually was making a video about this, but I never posted it because it was such a terrible video. I was like, that's terrible content, so like, why put it up to the internet and annoy people with my complaining? It's literally me complaining. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna put my feet up because I'm really tired. And then there was a Starbucks, a little mini cafe, and then another place where they sold coffee, like all like in a little triangle. So the little store that had like cold coffee and hot coffee, like a little coffee station, was closed. So like, okay, it's fine. Like, it wasn't really a triangle. It was kind of like in the area. Like there were stores like around it, but like it was kind of in like a triangle. And then we're like, okay, let's go to a mini cafe. We went to the mini cafe. It was closed. We're like, okay, we still have Starbucks because the ladies were there. And then they're like, oh, sorry, like we can't sell anything because like we're closed. And we're like, what? What do you mean you're closed? And they're like, yeah, like we're closed. And we're like, what? And then my mom was like, when do you guys open? And then they're like, oh yeah, 4 in the morning. We're like, what do you mean 4 in the morning? And if you guys are wondering the reason why we got delayed, I'll tell you guys that after the story. But basically, we couldn't get anything. We were stuck in the hotel. If we left the hotel, I mean, not the hotel, the airport. If we're stuck in the airport. If we're stuck in the airport, that means no food, like no drinks, no activities, just you sitting there waiting for your flight to happen. There was a bunch of people just sleeping because they were so tired. They were there. Like, I saw, because we got there 7:30, 7:35, and then 7:45, I'm pretty sure. And when we got there, there was like a little, like a mom with purple hair, and then like a little girl, and they were sitting there. And it was 7:45, and then they were actually, I'm pretty sure they were going to Dallas, because the Dallas and Chicago ones were kind of like together. And then when that happened, they were still there, and then the Dallas flight was after us. So who knows what time they left the airport? Who knows what time? Like, that is just sad. Like, I was like, whoa, like, what? I was like, imagine, like, what time they, like, got to Dallas. And, my lips are getting really chapped. It's already a 22-minute video. But anyway, and then after that, we're just like, there's nothing we can do. There was just literally like one or two stores open. Like the pretzel things, like Auntie's Pretzels or something like that, it was closed too. And like, I was like, whoa, I never heard of airplane stores closing ever. Like, in the history of me going on flights. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? And most of my flights were at night. Like the Mexico to Chicago one was at night, and it was at 11. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like 11. And like the stores were still open. And I was just like, what? I was so confused, and I was so mad because like we had no food, I tell you. They were about to close a little store that was still open. And we just went in, and we're just like, okay, like there's nothing we can like get from here, because literally everything in there was like the most expensive things at the airport. But there was coffee there, and I was like, oh my god, it's Starbucks coffee. But it's like that type of coffee in like a jar kind of thing, and like I don't really like it because my friend brings some, and she gave it to me. She didn't give it to me. She gave me in like a little separate little like a little cup she had, and then like she pours them in, and I went like this, and I was like, oh no, I didn't like it. It was vanilla, and I love vanilla coffee. Like, it's super good, but oh, my ears just popped. That's good. Okay. But after that, I was just like, what are we supposed to do now? I'm like, and then we were actually like looking at to see if we would check in. And then we heard the speaker go off again. The lady was like, people who are going to Chicago, your flight has been delayed till 12:35. I was literally like a hair away from crying. I was like, what do you mean 12:35? I was like, I couldn't process that in my head. I'm like, I was just like, what? And then when we came back from looking to see if there was any other stores open, the lady was like, okay, and we heard like when planes are landing, and I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, it's probably just like the Dallas one. I'm like, whatever. And then the lady was like, okay, people who are going to Chicago, your plane has got here. And we're like, oh my god, for real? And it was like, I don't know, like 12 in the morning already. Oh my god. It's really good. And then I was just like, oh my god, our flight is here. I was like, yes. I was literally like super happy. I got my stuff and I was like, let's go. And we got on board, and the reason we were delayed was so much, it was like 4 or 5 times, was because there was so much rain, and there was also, I'm pretty sure there was lightning, because when I saw looked at the weather in Orlando, there was rain. There's my feet. Oh my god, my feet. What's making that noise. But right after that, I found out that there was lightning. So like you can't have metal literally in the plane, like in the mid-air, and then there's lightning. Like, that's the most stupidest thing you could ever do. But what's it called? Sorry, I have a song stuck in my head. It's about Juice WRLD. That was actually really sad. Also, coincidence? I think not. So, I knew about this on my birthday, about the flight here, and it was Midway. And Juice WRLD died December 9th. Or December 8th, I'm pretty sure December 8th, yeah. But yeah, we got, I don't know, that's a coincidence, but we got on the plane, came back, got our stuff, and it took us so long to like get my stepdad to come here. I don't know why, it did. But yeah, that was basically like the end of the story. Like, we got delayed 5 billion times. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.